welcome to another episode of Tribunal of the Grid, where we talk about all things Power Rangers, including the actors that play them. My name is Brandon.
I am Lena.
I'm Will.
And today, y'all, listen. I know normally we always be like, we ain't really got nothing to talk about. But you know what? Like, we really don't. But, it's going to end up probably turning out to be a long episode. What'd you say?
We say that. We always say that. And it ends up being like a 3-hour episode. I mean, hey, we're not going to do that today because we did that with you guys last week. So we will definitely try to keep it under 3 hours today.
Right? I was like, oh, this episode is this episode a little long. But I mean, it's just as long as the movie. I mean, so hey.
Yeah, that's true.
We might as well have did a damn commentary to the movie.
Right?
We should have.
Oh my god, we should do that one day. We should totally do that. Like if we can get together for Power Morphicon, like next year, we should totally do all 3 movies.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious.
Like, and when we're doing it, we obviously, you guys need to bring your vice, whatever that might be, like your drinks,
I was thinking of that.
like whatever it is that you want.
Ooh, that's ratchet.
And we should totally do that. We should do a fans only page and have it live for the people who pays for it. To listen
wow.
to.
I mean, that is
actually
something
hilarious.
Yeah, that is one of the ways that people use that thing.
Right? Or like Patreon. Yeah, or Patreon. Oh my god. Come on, man. We need to make that COVID money. Like
Listen.
I'm sure someone will pay for that, some kinky dude out there willing to pay for us. Talk shit.
Like, oh yeah, this is hot. Watching them talk about Power Rangers. Oh yeah.
Hey,
oh my, that really could be. Yeah.
You never know. Like straight up, you never know. Like, there's probably someone listening to our episode right now and be like, yeah, their voices, combined, when they swear, that's my shit right there.
Oh yeah, turns me on. Yeah, love it.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, that segued very, very weirdly. But to get the show back on track, so we're just gonna be talking, just doing a little bit of chit chat, and we're gonna be reviewing some Ranger Thangs because some people got some things going on, honey. So we're gonna be doing that today. We're gonna be talking about MMPR issue 53, and we will be talking about the rumors that has been going around the interwebs about the brand new cast of Power Rangers Dino Fury. But first and foremost, before we start, I would definitely like to say that, once again, to everybody listening, thank you. Thank you for listening, and thank you for subscribing, all of our subscribers. Thank you for following our Instagram page, and just thank you. Also, this episode is being brought to you by Ernie's Juice Bar, where you can buy great smoothies, and everything is on the house. Now, we are moving on to Ranger Thangs. What we got, Lena?
Oh my god. Okay, so we got 3 things, like 3 Ranger Thangs today. And I feel like we need to unravel a little bit, but anyways, not the point. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with our latest news. It's just been announced that there is gonna be a movie that's coming out in 2021 called The Harder They Fall. It's gonna be a drama western. It's gonna be about a man who looks to exact revenge against the guy who murdered his parents. And RJ Seiler has been cast, and he's going to be joining a huge cast.
Of course. So it's going to be Idris Elba, Zazie Beetz, Regina King, Delroy Lindo, Lakeith Stanfield, Danielle Deadweiler, Edie Gahigi.
Maybe.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I'm mispronouncing his name. Because she's a queen. I don't want to mispronounce her name. And Jonathan Majors.
Yes, and all of this is
Those are
to Netflix. Thank you so much for helping me. I would have butchered that,
Yes.
and I did not want to do that because they are queens and kings, and yeah, so it's coming to Netflix. I'm really excited to see how this is going to come
Same.
together because I mean, it has to be good. Like, look at the cast. I'm so
Yeah.
stoked.
Those are some heavy hitters in there.
No, for real. For real. Like, first of all, like, my husband, Idris Elba, is in there, and that's already enough for me. Then you got my wife in there, Zazie Beetz. Like, I'm just...
I kind of freaked out when I saw Regina in there. Like, that's Regina King.
I saw Regina and Idris, and I was like, say what now?
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Like,
right.
this is, oh man, this is going to be a great learning experience for RJ, and definitely something that's going to beef up his resume. I'm really happy for him.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? Ever since, I mean, we spoke about this last week too, but but this cast of 2017 movie has done so well. They've gone on to such big projects, and particular RJ, he like was rolling in the films right after he ended. Like, he was in Sierra Burgess is a Loser. I think it's called Loser. It's a Loser or Biggest Loser. Anyhow, it's on Netflix. Obviously Scream.
Black Lightning.
Right, Black Lightning. Right. What else did he do? White Boy. Right.
He's going to be in a Romeo and Juliet remake, another one.
Shut the front door! Really? They're gonna do another Romeo and Juliet remix? Do you know what kind of casting it's in? What does it look like? Is it gonna be like interracial? Is it gonna be like color, or is it just gonna be?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah. We reported on it a few months ago when the news came out, and it looks like it's going to be a more like a more diverse cast.
I remember this. Wow. When you said a few months ago, it seemed like such a decade ago. Now that
I know, it really does.
Right? Like, it does ring a bell. I remember I reported on this, and now, wow, that seems so long ago.
Yes, back in April. That's why.
What? That was only recent. Why does it feel like a decade ago?
Jesus.
It's R hashtag J. It's a modern day Romeo and Juliet.
Ooh, I'm so excited. Yeah. See, proof that I don't always remember everything I post or report.
There's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on, though, too. A lot. The other thing that has come to our attention is Michael Coupon is going to be in a TV series called The Bay, which is essentially like a soap opera, but like has crime, mystery, and of course, romance. What's a soap opera without romance, right? And
right.
right. And what's even funnier is that when I was looking at the description, they obviously emphasize on how
ominous.
Yes.
Ominous.
Yes. They try to make it all ominous and being all like, oh, it's gonna be spooky, it's gonna be scary. But I'm like, y'all, it's just a bunch of white people who are dysfunctional with money, and someone has killed somebody at this point. That much we know. And obviously they're trying to solve the mystery as to who killed what with their money using blackmail and all of this, scandalous shit. But yeah. So Michael Kuma's gonna be in it. It looks like he's gonna play the cop.
Oh my god. Wow. This description was great. Thank you for that. That was wonderful. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Like bad?
It was wonderful. I was just like...
Okay. So the real description
that was great.
Wait, are you trolling me? I can't tell.
No, I mean, it really was great. It had me cracking up. That's why I didn't want to laugh out loud.
Oh,
I'm trying not to laugh out loud.
You totally can. Oh my
It's
god.
like, oh my god. No, she didn't. No, she did not.
Because okay, to be fair, I was looking at the description of it, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, why is it such a long ass essay to basically explain what I just said? Why?
I
And
mean,
like they're like,
I
okay,
mean,
let's see.
listen.
It says right here, ominous senator who was murdered by his socialite granddaughter, Sarah
Oh,
Garrett.
damn.
Right? Living in his shadow, Sarah, her youngest son Pete, and those around them face a series of dilemmas involving rape, blackmail, sordid lovers,
Sorted.
and some other words I can't enunciate or read. You all, at this point, if you don't know this, Lena can't spell, read, or enunciate. How did I get through life?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Their lives are riddled with forbidden love, lies, never-ending scandals. The town's privileged tangle. They should have said entanglement, but whatever. Tangle with those who confuse obsession for love, vengeance for justice, power for success. The Bay, season 1, 2, 3, and 4. I didn't know there was even that many series. And the first half of season 5 are now available on Prime Video in the US and Channel 10, 10's Play in Australia. So it's not available in Canada. No one ever never heard of it. And of course, it goes on to further describe the exact same thing again, just in a shorter detail. So again, that's why after reading this, I was like, I'm just gonna try to explain it in my own words the best I can. So now you have the full thing. Lastly, but not least, we got a reboot of Saved by the Bell. Who remembers that show?
I do.
Me.
Right? Oh, I loved it. I remember the ending of I don't know what season they were on. I remember the ending was such a sad episode. But anyhow, they're rebooting it, and Mr. Abraham Rodriguez has landed a reoccurring road. Wow, Lena can't speak. Spencer. So he will be returning, and he will be on Saved by the Bell on a regular. But I feel like they're doing the whole like boy meets world, girl meets world. If you guys remember that show.
I wonder if they're gonna retcon stuff like in that one.
Because I know like majority of the cast is returning, and I know Zach and Tiffany, was that her name? Or is
That's
that her
real name? Kelly.
Kelly. Yeah, they're now
Kelly.
like parents. Yeah, they're now parents. So it's like
I figured.
Yeah.
Figured that would happen.
But I feel like it's kind of like, the whole girl meets world again situation where they have a kid and their kid goes to high school, and I wonder how they're gonna recreate the whole 90s vibe, because that was a very different time.
Well, they definitely would be able to do some of the things that they did do.
Hopefully they do a better job than Power Rangers. Because they've been trying to recreate the 90s for the last, decade? Oh.
I'm screaming. I can't believe you actually said that.
Oh. Well, I mean, listen. They're trying. They really tried to recreate that magic.
Everyone.
I was gonna say, do kids still hang out at juice bars? Because that's the Max. That was their place in Saved by the Bell.
I mean, I don't know. Kids nowadays, I don't even know what they do. Like, I'm on TikTok and I see these kids at 16, 14, and they're looking like they're older than we are. So I don't even know what they do these days. Like, I'm being dead ass serious. And when I was watching a video of someone, I'm like, you know that whole thing with that girl stealing Ashante's song?
Oh, God. Yeah.
Well, I heard about that.
Yeah, like, she's 14. And I'm looking at her going, you're 14? I do not recall looking like that when I was 14.
It's a different time.
Period, though. Even our parents didn't even look like that when they were 14. Remember, like, back in the days, like, that generation was supposed to look older than we did for some strange reason. I don't know why. I don't know, but yeah, I'm shocked. Anyways, who knows what these kids do these days? Probably in the park trying to make a TikTok video or something like that, or something
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, my nephews that I know of, they are at home all the time. If they're not able to drive around, they're like at home. But I don't know if they have like a place they hang out at.
Yeah. Well, with that conclusion, I am done reporting for Ranger Thangs. So back to you, Brendan.
Well, we're just gonna go ahead and move right along to our other part of the episode, which is going to be MMPR 53. Now, Will, I know you wanted to talk about this one because of some of the Easter eggs and everything that is popping up all over these pages. So what we got was the tea. Why are you laughing at me?
All right, so yeah, so we started off where we picked up where we left off in number 52 with Lord Zed bringing back Rita, but we find out that this Rita is actually, I believe, is made out of. She might be made out of a putty. If she's not made out of a putty,
I think
she's
she's a
fake
super
Rita.
putty.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
so
I think
not...
she's a super putty because she might be the same putty that, remember, where Finster created the other putty that posed as Matt.
Right. Ooh, that
So I
was
think that
a
might
long
be
time
what
ago.
she is. Yeah, that was a while back.
Yeah, because in the, he stabs her through the chest and lifts her up. So obviously that's not
right.
real Rita, because she's still alive after that. And then she, like, I think he empowers her with whatever the Dark Ranger power that he gives her,
Mm-hmm.
and it just like totally like, that panel looks gross. It's just like this octopus tentacle wrapping around her, and then it's like bursting into this red stuff that's going all over her body. It looks nasty. But
So are you saying they
yeah.
look like a hentai?
Not quite. I usually there's, okay, I'm not going to go into detail, but no, I don't think that it quite looks like that. But it looks really strange. But then we go over to Promethea, and then we see Grace and Billy doing some work, and we find out that Billy has been able to repower the Dragon Coin, which is something that that was not done in the original series. They weren't able to actually figure out how to repower that. Grace is giving him his props for it, but she doesn't want to tell Zordon about it because she has an idea, which is to give the coin to a civilian and have another Ranger. But before that, one of the Easter eggs in it is the use of the word entanglement that they put in bold letters.
Yes.
Really?
Like, yes. Like, I can't believe that they did that so quickly. But
hello. You know
that happened like
needs to
so
be used
fast.
ASAP before it's no longer
Relevant.
valid.
Mm-hmm. So the line is, Billy is saying this to Grace. According to these, we achieved entanglement, and energy output is 0.3%.
I am dead.
Yeah, I think they were talking about, like, is the lab didn't explode this time, so I'd call that a plus. That was so that, like, for whatever experiment they're doing, she's saying the lab didn't explode, and then that's how we came up with the entanglement being used.
Maybe that's Billy's way of teaching how to actually use the word entanglement.
I mean, there's multiple ways of using that word, because it means like, can be used in different things in different ways. It means different things. I think the way that Jada used it was a proper way.
But I mean, we all know though. I mean, she was just trying to cover up just the fact that she basically
had a boyfriend.
She
had a boyfriend when
you say what?
She had a boyfriend when she was broken up from her husband.
She was not broken up.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she was.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was. She said
they went
that.
on a mini sabbatical.
She said that they were broken up and they were in the thought process that they weren't going to get back together. They were going to get a divorce. So she started messing with August, and Will did whatever he did. And then they got back together.
Mm-hmm.
I can only go by what she actually said, and he agreed. So,
well, I mean, of course he's gonna agree. Did you not see his face on national TV?
His face was like, bruh.
I'm sorry, but like she's airing out their dirty laundry like real hard.
Well, they had no choice. I mean, it's not that they didn't have a choice, but the fact that old boy, he ran his mouth, they had to talk about it.
He did though, because he was all out in the open with it. Like,
what happened?
You don't do that. The dude, like
you don't.
I think he was promoting something, and then he talked about his relationship with Will and Jada, in particular Jada, and he basically admitted that they had a relationship and he was in love with her. And then there were rumors years ago that Will and Jada broke up or that they were on their way to divorce, but we just never heard anything about it. And then when the first time that Will was on the Red Table Talk, like they talked about, they were in a really bad space at one point. And then like that was all they were going to give us, all the information, and that's all they needed to, because that's none of our business. But August wanted to run his mouth, so they had to talk about it.
And the gag is what makes it so funny is the fact that no tea, no shade, but August in this situation is a side joint. Like let's just call it what it is. He's a side joint. Like first of all, if you got a situation or whatever, no matter how bad that situation is, let me change that. Let me fix that. But if you are, in a rocky, marriage or a situation or relationship, and you step out to go and be, get your attention from somebody else. Mm-hmm. I don't know the ins and outs, but I'm pretty sure that he knew that Jada was still with Will. Like that, everybody knows that Jada and Will are a thing. Yep. Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that.
And even if they were, on like on a bad tiff, and it was becoming a situation where it was like, you know what, I think we gonna end up, breaking up or whatever. Ain't no documents was signed. Mm-hmm. No documents was signed. No, oh, we gonna be going through a separation. Oh, we, whatever. None of that happened. Like none of that came up. So my whole thing is, my guy, you a side joint. Like you basically got into your feelings no matter what happened between y'all. Like I'm pretty sure they shared some, very intimate moments, because I mean the way August described it, like they were more than just intimate. Like it was like, he basically fell in love with her. And my whole thing is, you fell in love with a married woman, my guy. Like, like that's really all it is. You fell in love with a married woman, and she was like, "Sorry, but I'm not gonna leave my husband. Bye." Yeah. And it is what it is.
Much.
Yeah.
Like it is what it is. Like that was your fault, my guy. Like, sorry, but and he up in his feelings, and It is what it is.
Hey, now this is true.
You know, like you can't get mad because you basically fell in love with a married woman. Like you can't do that. You can't do that.
No.
That ring has to be completely off and gone.
Yep. And the papers has to be signed.
Signed.
Yep. People are too in their feelings when it comes to shit like that. Like I had friends that were in a relationship with someone I was marrying. I'm like, dude, like no. And of course, she was in her feelings about it because, because her woman went back to her husband. Actually, no, this is even worse. Real quick, I'm just gonna tell you guys. My friend was in a relationship with another woman who was still married to her husband, living with him.
Oh,
what?
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-mm.
So for all of you guys listening out there, if they're not single, the word single, like capital single, like when Beyonce sings about the single ladies, leave that shit. Leave.
Facts.
That's our
From Tribunal of the Grid.
Right? That's our advice to you guys. Leave. Because you guys are worth so much more than that. You guys are worth more than just a side piece, more than just some entanglement.
I'm trying to tell you.
I mean, I'm laughing.
You are more than just an entanglement.
Yeah, more than that. So know your worth and get it. So that's from us. Just a PSA.
Boom.
We have really gone off topic. So let's get back there.
Billy and his entanglement.
yes, Billy. Okay. All right. So Grace. She is she thinks that Billy should not tell Zordon about his new development in getting the green dragon coin back working, and she thinks that they should basically do what Zordon and Alpha did and find their own new Green Ranger. There's some sort of I don't know, like there somehow she finds a field of candidates. I'm not sure how she finds them exactly, but it has to do with skill, with morality, a good candidate to harness powers like this. Something really cool is there's another Easter egg, and they feature the names for a list of potential candidates, and 3 of the names are R. Steele, K Star, and J Reese. And if you are a VR Troopers fan, you'll recognize that that's Ryan Steele, Caitlin Starr, and JB Reese. So that was
we are VR.
Yeah, there were so there was a VR Troopers
Easter egg.
Yes, that's the word. Yes, I'm tired. Sorry. But that was pretty cool. And Grace has another candidate, Lord Draken, and Billy is like, "What the fuck?" Like he goes off on her. Like, what the hell are you thinking? And she tries to make an excuse, an explanation, but it still doesn't really make any sense to me because that man is crazy and he's a murderer. So I just don't get it. Apparently, she thinks that there's some way that they're going to be able to keep him under control, but that just does not seem like a good idea.
I mean, here's the deal. Here's the deal, and I'm trusting. I'm trusting Ryan with this because I'm pretty sure there's a reason as to why he suggested that Grace ask. Not Grace ask, but like that she, is like, ooh, maybe we could give it to Lord Draken. There has to be something behind that because she was there. She was a part of Shattered Grid. So she knows all the stuff that Draken did. Like, she knows just how dangerous this man is, just how evil he is. Like, hell, she had him locked up in Promethea.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she had this dude locked up before he broke out and started shattering grids and stuff. Like, Grace, my girl, what are you doing? Like, you know how dangerous this man is. And you're just like, well, I mean, if we just, put a little something in there just to kind of, keep him in check, we might could use him. It's like, no, sis, like, you are on some type of, like, you on a whole different level of stupidity right now. Like, what are you doing? And I'm like Billy. Like, I feel like Billy is like every reader who's been through the whole journey of the Shattered Grid and everything. And he's basically saying what we all saying. Helpful, what's your problem? Like,
and
what are you doing?
I guess the qualities that you just pointed out in Lord Draken, I guess maybe she's thinking, well, what if we could use all of that for our side, and that would be one hell of a formidable ranger and an asset. I guess that's what she's thinking, but like, he's too unstable.
And that too, and like, I also kind of understand that idea of basically, okay, so here's the deal with and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the headspace that Grace is in is she really honestly believes that the way of, keeping everyone safe and all that stuff is basically by all means necessary. Like, I mean, she's more so like, she doesn't have the same strategy and the same like mindset when it comes to like how to operate honorably, like Zordon. Where Zordon was just like, don't escalate a battle and all of that, and everything is in goodness and all of that. She's just like, just go in and get it done. You know what I'm saying? Like, take out the enemy by all means necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like, do what you got to do. And Draken has proven himself to be exactly that. So it's almost kind of like she's ignoring the fact that this man is a stone cold killer. And it's just like, you know what? If we can control him, he's the right type of man for the job, because he basically speaks for my morals. Where, it's like, we get it in, get it done, and call it a day. And if there's casualties, there's just casualties. Like, I just kind of feel like that's how it is with her, because I mean, basically, you're talking about somebody who lost her whole entire team, with the exception of like the Yellow Ranger. Like, everybody died. So, this lady, like, I'm pretty sure mentally she's probably still scarred.
Oh, for sure.
And it's just like, she's just so downtrodden and scarred by everything that it's just like, if we lose some people, oh well, we'll get over it. But that's just my analogy and my assumption on what she's trying to do with Draken. But I don't think Billy is going to let her. I don't think he will.
And then the next 16 pages is a battle between the Rangers and the Dark Rangers. And another, it's kind of I don't know if this is an intentional Easter egg, but the morphers that the Dark Rangers use look exactly like the 2017 movie morphers that weren't in the movie, that were just released as toys. They look exactly like them.
They do.
So I don't know, like I said, I don't know if that was an intentional Easter egg or what, but it's nice to, if it was intentional, it was nice to see those things finally used somewhere.
That sucks that they're coming from the villains, but hey.
I mean, those things did look kind of ominous. Oh, using that word again. I don't know if I used it right, but those things look look like they could be used for evil. But
They do.
Yeah, so it's a back and forth battle. There's like I don't feel like I've ever seen this much action in a Power Rangers comic before. It's literally just back and forth action for the next couple of pages. And it ends in the Rangers using their blade blasters on the Dark Rangers. Who is it? Squat. He's saying, Finster, we don't have any weapons. That's not fair. Lord Zed comes down and he's yelling at the Dark Rangers, calling them morons. He uses the green chaos crystal to give them some additional assistance, which is the Terror Zords. And those look terrifying.
We love puns on words here.
They're basically demons. I guess maybe they're, a counterpart to the Thunder Zords. The Thunder Zords are kind of like fairy tale animals in a sense. And then these, the Terror Zords are
mythical.
Demonic. Mythical, yeah. Rita Zord is this giant red dragon, and it has a mane that looks makes it look like Scar from The Lion King.
It does. It does.
Who's the black one? The Black Ranger again? Babu. Babu Zord. It looks like. What is this? It looks like almost like a hyena. A mutated hyena.
Probably.
Goldar Zord. It looks like it looks like a bat with legs. And
wow.
And like I know, right? I'm trying. And its face, it's like a skeleton of a buzzard. Finster Zord, it looks like it looks similar to the Firebird, but it has it can stand, it has legs. And Babu's, it reminds me of Zord. Do you remember Goldar Zord in season 1?
Yes.
I forgot the name of it. Cyclops. Yeah, it reminds me of that, but it's like a centaur. And yeah, so they're just jumping off of buildings, crashing through buildings, and then of course that's to be continued. So I'm assuming next issue they're going to become a Megazord. But it was an action-packed comic for sure. So I'm looking forward to seeing or to reading 54 at the end of September.
Well, I also do want to kind of just jump back a little bit into the comic a little bit and just kind of mention just one thing. When Adam was fighting, the way Babu just like snatched Adam's little behind through that wall, I was like, yo, like in my head, I could see that whole scene being played out. Like I could see the whole thing. And I was like, oh my God, like this looks like I could literally see this happening. And it just looks bomb. Like this whole, like first of all, the whole fight scene with each one of them just looked really good. But that one in particular, I was like, I could totally see the Black Ranger trying to run away. and Babu is just like, nope. And just like grabs him and just like tosses him, like pulls him through the wall. I'm just like, yo, that's sick. That's dope. That was really cool. But yeah, like overall, I think this issue is really good. Like you said, I think this issue is really good. I enjoyed all the fight scenes and everything, and I just love the fact that Rocky was just like, okay, what do we do? And Billy is like, you're the Red Ranger. Like, what are you doing? You idiot. You know, it's just like Billy kind of being snarky, you know, Rocky just being all like out of it as usual. Just like like get your life together. What are you doing? But I love it. Like it was really good, and I love how they're painting the Stone Canyon kids. Like like they're really making them feel like actual people. And not saying that the TV show didn't make them feel like people, but like the TV show just kind of like, even though we had a while to get to know them, it was just like once they became Rangers, it was like, okay, they're Rangers now. Let's go back to business as usual. Let's talk about Tommy. You know, that's really kind of what it felt like. I mean, you got like 1 or 2 episodes with each of them, and then after that, it was just like, all right, more Tommy. You know, it's just like, all right, but I want to know more about these people. So I mean, we're getting a lot more about, you know, these Rangers and getting to know them more and getting to learn more about them, and I appreciate that. So big ups to Ryan Parrott and the team. Keep doing your thing. Keep giving us all the wonderful stuff with the comics. We love it. We love to see it. And the last part of this episode, y'all, listen. The reason why I'm laughing at this whole thing is because I'm gonna tell y'all a story. So I was minding my business. Like I always do. It's like I'm lying. I really lie. I mean, you're right. I don't be minding my business. But, you know, in this case, I actually was minding my business. I was laying in bed and I was listening to my music. You know what I'm saying? Listening to my jams. And all of a sudden, I get a little ping, a little alert. And of course, if you don't know, you know, I am also part of No Pink Spandex as well. So I get a message from Lisa J, and she's just like, hey, what is this? And she sent me the Illuminati article. And I'm like, what is this? So I go and I look at the article. And I'm like, no, this can't be. What article am I referring to, ladies and gentlemen? I am referring to an article, basically a rumor, as we know. It's a rumor until proven fact, but you might as well say this is fact. And I'll tell you why in a bit. Basically, letting us know who the cast of Power Rangers Dino Fury is. Now, basically, this is why I say this is fact. This is why I say it's a fact. The reason why I say it is, and I'm pretty sure that this is the actual team, or, you know, they are probably just characters on the show or whatever have you, but they are in the show, is because Power Rangers Instagram totally dropped the ball on this one. And added the new cast members, and the new cast members added each other, and the Beast Morphers cast also followed them as well.
Okay.
So that is why you had a lot of fans who basically was like, or a couple fans or whomever, basically like, you know, we're going to be detectives and, you know, figure out, you know, what's the tea. So they basically picked up on it and was like, yo, this might be the new team. And basically, right after that, I want to say Power Rangers IG, Power Rangers Instagram stopped following them. They unfriended them.
Wow. I'm dead.
I'm like, you are idiots. Like, no tea, no shade.
I guess the person in charge wasn't thinking.
No.
Ooh.
They were thinking, because I'm sorry, you're getting paid to do your job, and your job is accidentally following the actual cast and then unfollowing them. At that point, it's already too late. Just leave it on follow.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if you left out a follow, I mean, who's to say you can't follow anybody? You know what I mean? Like let's be honest here. Anyone can follow anybody. So for you to follow and then unfollow? No. That's I'm sorry, are you a rookie? Because we even know that. We would not follow just so that you can unfollow and leave the biggest trail ever. That's like killing somebody.
Biggest trail.
Right? And leaving the murder weapon behind. Like, I just killed you with this weapon, but hey, let me leave this weapon behind with all my fingerprints on it. Catch me if you can.
I didn't go that far with my research into that. I had no idea that they did all that. That's crazy.
Yes, like I was gagged. I said, wait a minute. I'm like, yo, no. Like, what are y'all doing? And it was so funny because like I said, mad people had picked up on it and was like, yo, like, did you see this? And it's just like, it's kind of sad because it really ruined the mystery of who the new cast could be, and all exactly. And we know that they've been trying to hold on tight. They've been trying to hold on tight to this cast, and it just took one person. It just took one person to go. Let me just go ahead and add these people. And bloop, messed it all up. So, it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I mean, what people should realize is that we fans, we Power Ranger fans, we are like super sleuths. Like, you can't keep nothing from us. Like, I mean, nothing. Like, you can't keep nothing from us. Like, you just can't. So, at the end of the day, it's just best just not to even just don't even try it. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. Because I mean, at the end of the day, it's gonna be all bad. So yeah, that's what happened. So that's basically how that went. So I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the cast. You've seen the cast, you've seen how they look and everything. Actually, no, let me take that back. Correction, people, correction. They did not unfollow the cast. They are still following them.
Oh, okay.
They're still following them. But basically, like I said, everything is still the same. Like, they follow them, and then like everybody else followed them too. Like, pretty much a lot of the Beast Morphers cast members are following them. Like,
that's what I noticed. That's the thing that I had noticed. I didn't have any idea about the official PR page following it, but I saw other actors following them.
Yep, the PR page is following them too. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just read off the cast members, just so you guys can know, who these people are, because I'm pretty sure y'all gonna be like, who are these people? So first on the list is Russell Curry. Next is Alexandra Nunes. And I don't see the little thing on the top, so I don't think it's Nunez, but I think it's Nunes. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. Chance Perez, Hunter Deno, and Kai Moya. So what do you guys think? Like, looking at this cast, what do you think?
Okay, so if this cast is for real, first off...
Oh, sorry. And there's another one.
six.
Sorry, there's a sixth person. Sorry about that. Jordan Fight. Go ahead, Lena.
Okay, so if this cast is for real, like legit for real, I just want to say, first off, this is the most diverse cast that we have yet to receive, and I am here for it. And the other thing is, the Red Ranger looks like he could be like an Asian mix with black. No? Am I wrong? Wait, am I looking at it? If that's true,
Yeah, I believe so.
if that's true, holy moly. Fucking here for it. Yeah, I don't know. If I don't want to get too excited because I'm already starting to like what I'm seeing, and I feel like this cast can blow up huge if this is true. One of the girls, I think it's the Pink, she friends with the girl from Outer Banks. So that's true. Again, they're gonna be crazy popular. And of course the Gold Ranger is like a TikTok famous. Like, I don't know. So I'm looking at everyone, and I'm not gonna lie, I snooped through their profile and I snooped through their social, and I'm loving most of everything I'm seeing. And I can see this cast really blowing it out of the water and just taking Power Rangers to a whole new level. Like, just almost, I feel like if this is true, I could see the world being reintroduced to Power Rangers. Maybe not in the season, but maybe just like the idea of it in general, you know, like, oh, they're on the Power Rangers. And, you know, and of course we know that this is going to be Hasbro's first ever.
Their first full.
Yeah.
Season.
So if they're going to do what we are expecting them to do, this could be the season that may literally save the entire franchise.
Wow, that's
you making it like that?
Lot.
Okay,
yeah, I'm making it like, because like I know, well, like y'all know, I snoop, and when I snooped, these people seem very promising. They social wise, they got it, you know, like circle wise, they've got it. The people they're friends with some big people, some big name people too. So, yeah, so I can see it really blowing up. I'm hoping, if this is true, you know, so my fingers are crossed. But that's my first impression of the actual cast. Like, those are literally all my thoughts. When I saw it, I did all my little investigation, and I'm like, I'm liking it. So I'm hoping I'm right. But yeah, what do you think, Will?
What do I think? I think that it's cool that they're doing something that they haven't done in years, which is they're going to do a gender bend for one of the characters, and it looks like it's the Green Ranger. So it looks like we're going to have our first ever female Green Ranger, and they're going to do what they did for previous seasons, which is the Japanese footage is actually of a male ranger, but the over here in the States is going to be played by a woman. So I think like that's pretty cool. Like, we haven't seen that in a long time, and why not? This is a pretty diverse cast. I didn't really notice that initially.
You didn't? I blew up. When I saw the Black
No.
Ranger, I'm like, okay, I didn't look up what his ethnicity is because they might not even have a page yet.
His last name's Perez. So
no, you're talking about the blue. I'm
no,
talking about red.
Oh, red. Red is
Russell.
Yeah, I think he's it looks like he's black and Asian maybe.
Right, that's what I mean. Like, if that's true. Right. Again, I can't really tell, but even Chance Perez, he also looks Asian in some of his photos. He looks, I mean, obviously I know he's not. Like, I mean, actually, no, he could be, because his last name doesn't indicate anything. But some photos, he obviously looks more mixed, like he looks more Spanish or Latino. And in some photos, he actually does look more on the Asian side. And so it's really hard to tell what his background really is. Because if you look through his social, like his Instagram, based on the lighting, he does look a certain race. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It makes it unique, and I'm here for it. Like I can't. I'm doing this whole guessing game. I can't tell.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
he
yeah.
looks like a version of Yoshi. There's one photo. He really looks like Yoshi. I'll send it to you guys.
A lot of people are saying it. I don't see it.
See.
I'm
I can
gonna
see.
be
I see
honest.
it. I do
Right?
see
You
it.
see it, right?
I don't see the Sudarso brothers in him at all.
Okay, not Peter, just Yoshi.
Even Yoshi, I don't see it.
If his face was a little bit fuller, he'd be more of a dead Ranger, I
Wow.
think.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, so like, but do you have any more to add? Because we know Brandon
Oh yeah,
gonna have a whole thing.
yeah. This is crazy. Like, it looks like there aren't any Caucasian Rangers at all, unless the pink is. And
From her
this is
last
like,
name, no.
yeah, this is like unprecedented. Like, wow, we've never had a team with no white
Right? So this
Rangers.
is why
That's
I'm here
crazy.
for it. This is why I'm here for it. This is real.
Wow.
If this is true, please let it be true. I'm here for it.
This
I'm
is
all
cool,
about it.
and yeah, we have no problem with Caucasian Rangers. Let's just get
We
that
go.
disclaimer out there, because some of our favorite Rangers are white, and most Rangers are white. So it's just
No.
kind of this is
We're just
like
excited.
wow,
We're just
just
excited
wow,
because
like this is different.
we are a community of multicolor.
People, color, yeah.
And we rarely ever have anyone that we can sort of look up to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least now at this point we're older, so I guess look sort of
I mean,
sideways.
it still means something to see
Yes,
somebody that looks like us doing big things. So
absolutely. So that's why we're excited. But
and
there's nothing wrong with being Caucasian, not at
of
all.
course, no, and but oh my goodness, and it looks like the Gold Ranger. This will be our first Black person to be a Six Ranger.
Right?
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. So I'm here for
Now,
that.
damn, you know what? Now this diversity alone is getting me excited. Wow.
Right? That's why I was so excited when I originally saw that. That was like legit the main reason why I got excited. And of course, that's when I started to like do my research on who they are, what they look like, just get a feel. But no, that literally alone got me really excited. Like, and then the Red Ranger, if he is actually Black and Chinese, or not Chinese, Asian of any sort, doesn't have to be Chinese. That was just my first instinct to say it. But yeah, like if that's the case, woo, that's hot. Here for it.
And then oh wow, and another thing, oh my goodness, is this going to be maybe okay, let's see. Dino Charge, Ninja Steel, and Beast Morphers. So this is going to be the 4th consecutive season with a person of color being the Red Ranger, it looks like.
Yeah.
As well. And I don't think we've had a run like this.
I'm so excited that like the female's name is Hunter. I love that name.
Right, I noticed that. That's so cool. Yeah, that.
Can we talk about this, like the whole Hunter name, or am I going crazy?
I noticed that. At first I got confused when I looked at the tag, on her picture, and then I clicked on it and I saw yes, her name is Hunter. That's cool.
I love that name. Oh, love.
Poor girl, that's so cool.
It's hot. I love it. I'm here for it. Yes. Okay. Anything else? Because I'm waiting.
And also too, I was just want to say, her actual first name is Ashley, but I think her middle name is Hunter, so she's going by her middle name.
Which that's still pretty cool to have that as a middle name, even for a girl,
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty dope.
Yeah, I think that those are.
And she's smart to use her middle name, because then she can stand out instead of being another Ashley. Not that there's anything wrong with Ashley either. It's just just makes it very common, like a John Smith, very common. So at least if you're a Hunter, then and you're a girl, like, yeah, that's sexy. I'm sorry. I love that.
Yeah, so this conversation just got me like super excited about
Right?
this because I was like, oh, that's cool, but like I just like really got excited. Wow.
I'm so glad I could hype you up. All right, I'm so stoked. All right, are we done? So we can Brandon talk. I need to hear his thoughts. Brandon.
Hey, little me. Well, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
As I flip my hair.
Uh-huh. Oh my God.
Honestly, you know, the first thing that I saw when I, you know, when I got a good look at the cast, because first of all, when I looked at the cast, I was like, oh, wow, this is a very light team.
That's what I said. I that's exactly what I said when I saw it initially.
I was like, oh, this is a very light team.
But looking closer, wow.
Right. And I was just like, and then once I actually like started going through each one of their like profiles and stuff and was like getting a feel for them, I was like, okay, I'm actually kind of feeling this group because like high key, if you go, I'm gonna tell y'all now. I was really stalking. I'm not gonna lie. I turned into I started stalking.
Yeah.
And I found Hunter's stunt reel, her action reel.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
The girl is badass.
Uh-huh.
Like
and you
she's actually badass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to share that.
I got you. Don't even trip.
We can. Oh my God. No, I'm so stoked. Like when I read
I was like, yo. Like I was legit like gagged. I was like, yo, like this girl she's dope. Like, wow. Like I was really impressed. So that's one. Two, you know, just looking at the cast, a lot of them, like Lena said, a lot of them have like a huge following already. And for me, I don't know what it is for me, but when I look at them, and this could either go a good way or a bad way. I'm more so thinking good. But they all look like social media influencers.
They do, and that's what
They all look like they can sell something. Like all of them look like they could sell me something. I don't know what it is. But all of them look like the types that could be like, oh, here's this, here's this jar of honey. Oh gosh, what's the name of that place? Yeah. Oh well, I was going to say Herbalife. I was on Herbalife.
Oh my God.
Like they all kind of have that feel of like, ooh, look at me while I pose in my bathing suit. Ooh, like they all have that look, but at the same time, they all look so young.
Mm-hmm.
They
that was something
so
else.
Young.
Yeah, that's something else I noticed, and I felt like, oh my God, they're just going to continue to get younger and younger as we go along.
No, seriously. I was like, oh my God, they just look like children.
Or maybe they weren't as young as we thought. We just remember Jacqueline was 17 when she did it. Mm-hmm. Maybe they've always been the same age, but we just feel like they're younger because we're getting older.
What?
This is true.
I don't know because I don't think we've had anybody. You know what? Never mind. I get what you're saying now. Never mind. I got you.
Like, I don't know. It's just for me, like, they just look, and it could, and correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, nothing is wrong with, adults looking really young, because as for me in my case, I get all the tan. I look like I'm 21 and I'm a whole 30 turning 32. I'm 31 right now, but I'm turning 32. But I always get all the time that I look like I'm 21 or 20.
Oh my God, at least you get your legal age. I always get, you look 16.
Ooh, well,
and I'm a whole 30-year-old woman.
Ooh.
So I'm not sure if that's like, creepy thing to say?
I think that yeah, I guess it depends on who it's coming from.
Yeah, because that can really go kind of weird.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, but yeah, sorry. So,
But nah, like I don't know. Like I just really like this group. I like their look. I like what they're giving. They are giving. You know, like I like what they're serving.
I
And
hope they're
I don't know.
talented,
They
but
are like all of them
you
seem
know
like they're
what?
really talented.
You
Go
know
ahead.
what? Talent doesn't mean anything if the people in charge don't allow it to be shown. So hopefully they are allowed to show what they've
Now
got.
see, you ain't had to go there. You ain't had to go and do all of that because that was gonna literally be my next point. That was gonna be my next point because I'm like, honestly, honest to God, like I'm looking at these people and I'm like, oh my God, they're so talented, they're so good. And then the first thing I thought about was Beast Morphers. Jackie, the girl can kick ass. Like Liana, the girl can kick ass.
That was also what I was thinking about when you
But I'm
told me about
like,
that demo reel. Mm-hmm.
right. And I'm like, yo, these girls are magnificent. And then what happens? Completely underused, and their stories aren't developed, and they are, they don't really get the justice they deserve. Now, granted, they don't get treated like, as bad as some females did have been in Power
Madison.
Rangers, Samurai.
I'm gay.
They haven't been there. Hopefully they won't be treated as badly as those women have. But the thing is, it's just like Will said, I'm hoping and praying that at least they allow these wonderful, talented people to use their talents and to actually show off the skills that made them, that got them the roles on the show. Because there's really no point if this person, for example, Hunter, she's this, dynamic performer, and then, she get on the show and you don't see her do anything for 40 episodes, aka, unfortunately, Ciara Hanna. Like,
oh yeah, I really liked her.
I loved Gia. Like, Gia was like one of the best parts of Megaforce for me. But I'm like, I literally sat there for 40 episodes and was like, they gonna do something for my girl. They gonna do something for my girl Ciara. They gonna do something for her. They gonna give her at least one episode, at least one. And I sat and I sat and I sat through not Ninja Steel, Jesus Christ, through Megaforce, and was like, they gonna give me what I want. They gonna give it to me. They gonna give me this episode. And what happened? What happened? Nothing. Not one. We don't know nothing about this girl. All we know is that she is Jake's crush and that she's smart. That's all we know. And it's just like, so I'm hoping and praying that, that we do get a little more. Now, at the date of this recording, we don't know what colors they're playing. We don't know if green will be gender bended to a girl. We don't know, because the Illuminati article doesn't feature that. So we don't really know the ins and outs of it. But what we do know is that this cast will definitely be in the show. I'm mainly saying, I'm hoping that we do get two girls. I know I have been seeing around the internet that some people were like, no, it should be gender bended. No, no, no. I personally think it should. Because what's wrong with having girl power? Like, who doesn't love a good hair throw while we doing kicks? I mean, we love to see it. And plus, like, two girls. I feel like since the Green Ranger is a saber-toothed tiger, I feel like it will be the perfect homage to Trini. The perfect homage. Because lest we forget, the Yellow Ranger was a boy before the show came to the United States.
It was a boy.
Trini,
His name was Boy.
and his name is Boy. You know, I mean, and it is spelled the hood way. BOI. Boy. You know, like we love it. Like there's nothing wrong with gender bending these characters. I mean, hell, the Yellow Ranger from Mighty Morphin was gender bended, Time Force, Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed Rescue, you know, all these Rangers, Wild Force, all these Rangers were gender bended. So there's nothing wrong with, you know, taking that little extra step, that little liberty, and being like, we gonna make this a girl. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. And also, too, to be truthfully honest, I know they won't do this because, of course, they're going to want to try to use the footage and everything. They want to try to, you know, footage dump us to death. But if they give us a little piece of green skirt for this saber-tooth tiger ranger, if she is gender bended, I'm here for it. I'm here
now
for
that
it.
is, I wouldn't want to see that just because it wouldn't match up with the footage, the Sentai footage, unless they just continually had her in the background or something like that, where you can't see that she doesn't have a skirt on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, of course, because like I said, they're going to footage dump us to death. So, I mean, obviously they're going to do it. But, I mean, they could totally pull a RPM where pretty much 90% of the show is just reshot footage.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, just have her wearing a skirt. And I would be here for it. Like, give me my things. I want green in a skirt if she's going to be gender bent. And plus, I'm sorry, but I was never a fan. It's as I got older. As a kid, I didn't realize it. I just thought that when Trini would transform, she just got flat chested. But you know, as an adult, it annoys me when I look at, you know, certain seasons, and I'm looking and I'm like,
that's a dude.
This is a man. Especially Lost Galaxy. Lost Galaxy. You got Serena Vincent and all her voluptuous glory. And when she would transform and the Japanese footage would come up, you got this skinny little Japanese dude. Come on now. You know that wasn't no doggone girl. Let's be for real. You know, so me personally, I'm really hoping that if they're going to do it, just give us a skirt. Just give us a skirt. I mean, it'll be cute. I mean, who wouldn't love a cute little green skirt on this Ranger? Like, and plus, she's a tiger. I mean, she's cute. So there's that. But I was honestly thinking if they don't gender bend her, somebody is going to be one of those guys. One of the four guys are going to be the Green Ranger. And one of the girls will probably be an extra character, you know, doing whatever. But overall, honestly, I really, really, I like this cast. As I'm looking into them and everything, I really, really enjoy them. I really like them. So I'm hoping that, you know, when we get the final announcement and we find out exactly who's playing what, and we find out their names. Hopefully they give us some names. We could, you know, see what's up, see what the tea is, and see what they're gonna do with it. And also, too, I know what I wanted to ask y'all. With this cast being as young as they are, we know we're probably gonna get teenagers with attitude again. Just real quick. Do you think that now? Of course, 9 times out of 10 they're going to be high school students. But how do you think, with the way that the cast look, what do you envision this show is going to be like? Like, do you think it's going to be giving us, Megaforce? Do you think it's going to be giving us, a little bit of Dino Thunder? Like, what do you foresee? I mean, do you foresee Ninja Steel, where they give us these really bad morals that doesn't work in the real world? Like,
okay.
What do you foresee?
With Hasbro, given like how big of a company that they are and how some stuff they have done has been very successful. Some very keywords, some not all, but I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm just gonna go out there and say I'm hoping it's gonna be Dino Thunder. I'm hoping for the best.
Oh God, that is high.
That's a high bar, sis.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at. I think I'm willing to go ahead and do that. So, yeah, that's my answer for that. Please give us Dino Thunder, and hopefully I'm not wrong because I have really high hope for this cast, just overall. So I'm feeling really great. So I'm really hoping that this is true.
I have to say that when I first saw the suits and the color palette, I instantly thought of Dino Charge, and I was really hopeful that somehow this season could be connected to it. But the fact that it probably won't be is kind of disappointing because I was such a fan of that season. And saying that, it's kind of hard to imagine exactly what the story for the season is going to be. Like you said, they are pretty young. If they do a high school season again, I would hope that. Oh man, I just hope that they would have some fun, but like have some integrity with the writing and with the characters.
Mm-hmm.
So, given that this is Hasbro's first full season, I'm hoping that they kind of take heed to the fact that the stuff that we've gotten in the last decade, minus a very little bit, has not been good. So I hope that they're aware of that, and they're aware of like the ratings trend and how, it seems like there was a drop off at some point, that they just try some new things, and that they realize like some other properties, like you can have a kids show, but you don't have to make it like, you don't have to dumb stuff down, you can have an actual show that, even though it's marketed towards kids, like anybody can watch it and enjoy it and understand where the story is going, understand, you give the characters development and story arcs and whatnot. But that's what I'm hoping for. Whether or not we get it, I don't know, but I'm hoping. I'm gonna be positive. I'm hoping that Hasbro gives us some entertainment. So that's what I'm hoping for. So.
Amen. I hear you on that one. Like, I mean, I'm just gonna be just dead ass honest. Like, I'm like Lena. I want to see some level of a show.
Yes.
To be honest, like, and Dino, to me, Dino Thunder was probably one of the best and most accurate interpretations of teenagers with attitudes ever shown in Power Rangers. Hands down. I know people are probably going to be like, what? What about Mighty Morphin? What are you doing? Oh my God.
Come on now.
Come on.
People are going to go off, but I'm sorry. Like, if you look at the characters and just in general, the way that they became friends, their dynamics, like everything about them it screamed literally how people are in real life. Like, I mean, it was literally, it gave you the Grassy meets Power Rangers. Like, I mean, I live for it. Like, I loved it. And the thing is, it's like, no tea, no shade, not trying to be funny. And I've said this a couple times. I don't know if I've said this on the show, but I know I've said it to Lena and Will. But in real life, or even in the Dino Thunder universe, the original cast of Power Rangers would not have been friends. They just wouldn't have. Like, yeah, a couple of them would have been friends, like on the side. Like, we know probably Zach and Jason would have been friends. Trini and Billy would have been friends. But, you know, as far as all 5 of them being friends together, like, they would not be friends. Like, they have such polar opposite, like, characteristics that their characteristics would instantly just clash. Like Trini being, you know, meek and calm and this really serene person versus Kimberly being, you know, this valley girl who is always flipping her hair and being like, oh my God. Like, I'm sorry, those two would not have been friends. They just wouldn't have. They wouldn't have been friends. Now, would they have gotten to know each other and possibly became friends after a while, after working together? Yes, I can see that. But just before the show even starts, they're like, oh yeah, we're all gung-ho, we're best friends. No, I don't see it. I do not see that happening. If that did happen, like, we didn't get any evidence, anything, you know, showing that progression. We just knew, okay, these girls are friends. That's why I love the comics so much, because Kimberly in the comics in Go-Go, she came out of nowhere. Like, she came last to the group, and, you know, everybody had to kind of learn to like her. But, I mean, already, like I said, Trini and Billy were already friends. Zach and Jason were already friends. And they just kind of met together. And then Kimberly came last, and she became, became their friend because she was dating Zach and Jason's friend Matt. So that's how she got into the group. But other than that, like, Kimberly wouldn't have been a part of that group because that's not even her thing. Like, she's not that type of girl. And if anything, she would probably known Zach. But other than that, like, no. So that's why I'm just like, I feel like the Dino Thunder group, if they really want to try to emulate a high school type of season, that's the season you want to go at. That's the one you want to do. Because Megaforce tried to give us Mighty Morphin, and you see what happened. Mighty Morphin is just such a cliche season because it's such a cliche season, and it's so 90s. Like, it's a period piece. So you can't recreate something like that and try to put it into the real world and try to put it into like a new age type of thing, but still kind of have the same antics, because those things were things of the 90s. So, I mean, that kind of style doesn't work anymore. Like, you have to modernize it. You have to give us something new. And I feel like Dino Thunder is probably the best and accurate interpretation of giving us teenagers of today. You know? So I'm here for it. I think that this group is going to be, if they play them right, and they train them right and they get them together, I think that this season might actually be pretty good. I think it might be good. You know, and hopefully, you know, if we do get a gender-bended Green Ranger, they give us a cute little skirt and we call it a day. I mean, I'm really hell-bent on the skirt. But but if they don't give us a skirt, it's okay.
I'm real quick, something I'm wondering about again is the if, like, the filming and everything. I'm wondering if they're, like, I guess they've cast it already, but I wonder if they've done any, like, if they're in New Zealand already and we just don't know that because they haven't announced it. Or, like, I wonder if they've started anything.
I don't, honestly, you know what? I don't know. Because we're heading into October. Normally they start filming and everything in October. Normally. But the gag is because we in the Rona, I don't really know how they're going to do this. And just my mind and just how, my brain works. I think that if they haven't gone, they'll be heading out soon, like very soon, very soon. They'll be heading to New Zealand, but the gag is they have to quarantine for 2 weeks. The reason why I say they have to leave like very soon, like immediately, is because in order to adhere to the schedule that they're probably going to have to be on, they have to make sure that they get them over there and have them, quarantined and everything and have them good for those 2 weeks before they can actually get them on set and have them do what they got to do.
Right.
So I'm hoping for the best on this one. I mean, with a high school type of setting, I don't know how they're going to pull this off. Like, I don't know. I don't know how they're going to pull that off. I mean, hell, they might do kind of like a thing where, everybody seems very social distanced. And they only have like 3 people to a classroom. I mean, hey, we love to see it. A very small classroom. But I don't know. Like, it seemed like they might, I don't know. I don't know how they're going to pull it off. Because, I mean, it's obvious that this group is going to be in high school. I mean, that's just obvious. So I don't know. I don't know how they're going to be able to pull that off. But definitely, I think that they're going to be, if they haven't already left, I'm pretty sure they're probably going to be leaving probably by the middle of this month. They're probably going to be heading out. That's my little bit of tea. That's my little thing. That has been another episode of Tribunal of the Grid. Once again, where we talk about all things Power Rangers, including the actors that play them. My name is Brandon.
I am Lena.
Oh, Will.
And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.